Marcus Williams had given over 15,000 rides without incident. College kids, airport runs, late-night grocery trips. Just a quiet ex-government worker trying to earn honest money, driving for Uber, until three men forced 17-year-old Emma into his back seat at gunpoint, not knowing they'd just kidnapped someone under the protection of a man who'd spent 12 years infiltrating human trafficking networks for the CIA. Every story you're about to hear was earned, not given. Welcome to Earned Stories. Before we share this tale of earned courage and continued protection, tell us in the comments, what city are you watching from today? And if you believe stories like this deserve to be told, hit that subscribe button, because every story we tell here was earned through sacrifice, dedication, and the understanding that some people are born to protect others. Living in a small apartment on Lombard Street in San Francisco's Marina District, Marcus Williams had been driving for Uber for 6 years. Born in Ohio, raised in Cleveland, this American kept his 2018 Toyota Prius spotless, his phone always at 100% charge, and never asked his passengers personal questions. His customers knew him as a polite, reliable driver. "Marcus always arrives on time," said Sarah Martinez, one of his regulars who commuted to her Union Square office. "Never late, car's always clean, and if you don't want to chat, he doesn't push it." But Marcus's real story was far more complex. No one knew why his hands never shook during midnight pickups, why he always stayed calm in San Francisco's most chaotic traffic, or what he kept in his glove compartment that definitely wasn't standard Uber equipment. Marcus's organizational system appeared militarily precise, but no one noticed. Separate route logs for each passenger, emergency protocols for unusual situations, and most importantly, a constant habit of environmental awareness. "Strange guy," a young customer had once said to her friend, always checking his rear-view mirror like someone's following him. Actually, Marcus's habit came from survival instincts developed during his 12-year CIA career. His Langley training had taught him this: the difference between paranoia and professional awareness is what keeps you alive. Every morning at 6 a.m., he'd wake up and complete his 30-minute fitness routine, maintaining the physical conditioning standards from his CIA days. Then he'd inspect his car, fuel, tire pressure, emergency bag, and the special equipment he kept hidden in a secret compartment. Marcus's emergency bag was very different from what normal drivers carried. Along with basic medical supplies, it contained tools from his old profession, GPS tracking devices, an encrypted communication phone, and security equipment he never thought he'd need to use in civilian life. Although his working hours were flexible, Marcus preferred certain routes. The triangle between Marina District, Nob Hill, and Financial District. Old habits led him to memorize the area's exit points, safe houses, and potential danger zones. "Why does Marcus always work the same areas?" another Uber driver had once asked on a forum. "There are places where he could make more money." The truth was, Marcus wasn't driving for money. His CIA pension and offshore accounts provided comfortable living. Driving gave him the opportunity to observe people, keep his finger on the city's pulse, and most importantly, move without drawing attention. Marcus's expertise had been earned through 12 years of operational experience. Undercover operations in Eastern Europe, cartel infiltration in South America, and especially dismantling human trafficking networks. Every mission had taught him true protection must be silent and invisible. His customers never questioned why Marcus was so detail-oriented, why he always knew alternative routes, tracked traffic conditions in real time, and made decisions so quickly in emergencies. Tuesday, October 22nd, 11:47 p.m. Marcus's phone pinged. Pickup, Marina District, Scott Street. Destination, SFO Airport. It looked like a normal airport run, but when Marcus arrived at the address, the person getting into his car wasn't the passenger he expected. Three men, and with them, a 17-year-old girl with terror in her eyes. Emma Rodriguez, a Lowell High School student, daughter of a famous tech CEO. "Airport," said the oldest of them, keeping his hand inside his jacket. "Make it fast." Marcus's CIA training immediately kicked in. The scene he observed in his rearview mirror was a classic kidnapping operation. Forcibly loaded victim, armed escort, and airport destination. Probably an international escape plan. But these men didn't know who Marcus was. And Marcus's expertise had been earned exactly for situations like this. "Sure," Marcus said calmly, pretending to open his GPS while actually activating a hidden panic button. This device sent an encrypted signal to his old CIA contacts. As the car moved, Marcus looked into Emma's eyes through the rearview mirror. The girl wasn't crying, wasn't panicking. Instead, there was something in her eyes that Marcus recognized, the controlled fear seen in people who'd received training. Emma Rodriguez, Marcus thought. Tech CO Rodriguez's daughter. This isn't a random kidnapping, it's a targeted operation. Entering the 101 freeway, Marcus engaged his operational mindset. 3 armed men, 1 victim. Confined space advantage was theirs, but Marcus's advantages were more critical. Driver control, area knowledge, and 12 years of earned operational experience. Go a little faster, said one from the back seat. There's traffic, Marcus said, actually choosing the slow lane to buy time. Every second was important for his encrypted signal to reach the CIA emergency network. Marcus saw a coded message from FBI liaison Sarah Chen on his phone screen. Packet confirmed, family safe, proceed with caution. This meant there wasn't another operation involving Emma's family. The kidnapping was an isolated incident, giving Marcus freedom to act. Marcus's expertise had been earned exactly for complex situations like this. A drug cartel hostage situation in Cartagena, arms dealer extraction in Prague, and human trafficking ring infiltration in Bangkok. Every operation had taught him achieve objectives while minimizing civilian casualties. As the Millbrae exit approached, Marcus realized it was time for the critical decision. Once they reached the airport, they'd never see Emma again. We're running low on gas, Marcus lied. Need to stop at the Shell station. No, said one of the men. Straight to the airport. If we run out of gas, we'll be stranded. Marcus said logically. Just 2 minutes. These 2 minutes would be all Marcus needed to save Emma's life. Pulling into the Shell station, tactics formed in Marcus's mind. This station was a strategic location, multiple exit points, security cameras, and a location Marcus had previously scouted. Engine stays running while I get gas, Marcus said. Nobody gets out of the car. While approaching the pump, Marcus used subtle hand signals to send a coded message to the station attendant. The man looked confused, but understanding Marcus's serious demeanor, went to call 911. What's taking so long? Asked one of the kidnappers, starting to get nervous. Credit cards having issues, Marcus said, actually buying time for positioning. At this moment, Marcus applied what 12 years of CIA training had taught him, precision action against multiple threats in confined space. As Marcus moved around the car, he calculated every step. Standing by the rear left door, he mentally mapped the positioning of the men inside. The oldest was to Emma's left, the second to her right, the third in the front seat. Now, Marcus thought. He struck the car window with the gas hose, startling the men inside. Simultaneously, he opened the front door, exited the driver's seat, and deactivated the child locks. Emma! Get out now, he shouted. In the chaos, Marcus's close-quarter combat skills, perfected over years, engaged. The first man, confused while trying to draw his weapon, had his wrist controlled by Marcus, who disarmed the weapon and rendered him unconscious with a single precise strike. The second man tried to grab Emma while Marcus intervened from the other side of the car. Using leverage techniques taught in combat training, Marcus separated the man from Emma and neutralized him with pressure point application. The third man, the most dangerous, exited the front seat and drew his gun toward Marcus. But Marcus's reflexes had been sharpened through years of combat situations. With a rolling maneuver, he dodged the bullet, deflected the weapon upward with a rising strike, and eliminated the threat with a final submission hold. Total engagement time, 47 seconds. Emma stood at a safe distance. The 3 kidnappers were disabled, and no civilians were harmed. Emma, come here, Marcus said calmly. You're safe now. The San Mateo County Sheriff's Department arrived on scene 5 minutes later to find Marcus Williams calmly explaining the situation. The 3 kidnappers were safely restrained. Emma Rodriguez was safe, and no one had been injured. Sir, what's your background? Asked Sergeant Martinez. Marcus smiled slightly. CIA, 12 years. Trained at Langley in human trafficking operations. How many successful operations have you had? Official records are classified, Marcus said. But Emma was case number 47. The next morning, the story appeared on local news. But Marcus declined interview requests. I just did my job, he told reporters. Same as driving for Uber. Emma Rodriguez was reunited with her family. Her father thanked Marcus privately, but Marcus declined any reward. Protecting children isn't work you do for money, he said. 2 weeks later, Marcus was back driving the same Prius on the same routes for Uber. His rating was still 4.9, his car was still spotless, and he still didn't ask passengers personal questions. But now some passengers knew who he was. And during night shifts, especially young female passengers felt a little safer when they got into Marcus's car. Marcus's expertise had been earned through 12 years of dedicated service, not given. Every CIA operation, every mission, every life-saving moment, all of it had earned his current ability. Marcus Williams's story shows this. Real service never ends. It just continues in different ways. His years at the CIA had taught him to serve his country. Now he was using those same earned skills to serve his community, one passenger at a time. Saving Emma that night was just another day at the office for Marcus. Because for true warriors, the mission never ends. It just takes new forms. Marcus's story was earned, not given. 12 years of CIA service, 47 confirmed operations, and countless training hours. All of it had prepared him for this moment. This is how expertise is earned. Through sacrifice, dedication, and commitment to protecting others. Every story you hear was earned, not given. Marcus's story reminds us that extraordinary people often serve in ordinary roles, their expertise earned through experiences we can't imagine, applied in ways that matter more than we realize. Have you ever encountered someone like this? Someone working an ordinary job, but with an extraordinary background? Share your story in the comments, and if this story touched you, subscribe. Because every story we tell here is about earned expertise, quiet courage, and continued service. See you in the next earned story. And remember, next time you get in an Uber, your driver's story might be far more fascinating than you think. Because real heroes mostly serve in plain sight, and their stories deserve earned respect more than recognition.